Bonjour everyone, I'm your humble French tarot reader Marine, and today we're going to be getting gentle messages from Spirit. We're going to be doing a self-care reading. As these have been quite chaotic times for the collective, I thought it would be a really nice way for us to get some support from Spirit, from the universe, and so I wanted to do a self-care reading today. And we're going to be doing things a little bit differently this time, as each pile is going to have a different spread. So first off, if you don't know how pick a card reading works, in front of you, you can see 3 different piles. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Each pile is going to contain a different message, in this case, a different spread even. All you need to do is intuitively choose the pile that is calling out to you the most, as this is where your reading will be. In this case, you're very welcome to choose more than one pile, as each pile is going to be on a different theme around this area of self-care. The idea being that when you choose the pile, you will discover what the theme is. It's going to be a surprise from the universe, but each one will center around self-care, a loving, gentle, kind message around the theme of tenderly caring for yourself, as I thought this could be a great time for that. So for my pile number 1, you can choose thanks to this particular tower. This is a girasol tower. So this is what it looks like for my pile number 1. And the deck associated for my pile number 1 is the Cardamom Dreams. And this is a very sweet anime looking deck that I really am enjoying a lot. So if this particular imagery or if the girasol tower is calling out to you, then your self-care message could be in pile number 1. Again, each pile is going to have a different theme, a different spread, so you're very welcome to watch more than one. For my pile number 2, the crystal associated is a tower of fluorite, which looks like this. And the deck associated is called the Hilda Tarot. This is a vintage pinup kind of deck. It's so cute. It's one of my favorite self-care deck at the moment. I absolutely adore it. Hilda is just such a gem. So if this particular imagery or this crystal is calling out to you, then your self-care message could be in pile number 2. Finally, for my pile number 3, you can choose thanks to a clear quartz tower, which looks like this. And the deck associated is called the Healing Wave Tarot, and this is an ocean theme deck. So again, for my pile number 3, we will use a different spread, still on the theme of self-care, but if this particular imagery is calling out to you, then potentially your message could be in this pile. Once you have chosen the pile or piles that are calling out to you, in the description box you're going to find timestamps that can take you straight to your reading. You will also find down there all the names of the decks I'm using today for all of my fellow deck goblins and tarot lovers out there. And if you are a fellow tarot or oracle card lover, then I invite you to check out my second channel, The Waves of Your Soul, as this is where I share my passion for the cards. Finally, if this reading brings you anything of value, of course I invite you to subscribe, like, comment. Those are all free ways to support my work, yet they make a huge difference and they're a lovely exchange of energy. So thank you in advance for taking the time to do that. And without further ado, let's get into your self-care reading, getting gentle messages from Spirit. Let's do this. So for my pile number 1, if you chose the girasol tower or this particular deck, then this is going to be the reading for you. I'm using these spread cards from the tarot spread here. So I've chosen a different self-care spread for each of my pile. And for my pile number 1, the theme for this reading is going to be around play. So we're looking at self-care through the lens of play, and this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to look at where do you need more play in your life, how can play helps you care for yourself, and finally one thing you can do to encourage play in your life. That's going to be the theme or self-care reading today. I'm very excited, as I thought it would be so nice to have 3 different spreads and 3 different themes around this idea of taking care of ourselves. So first thing we're going to be looking at is, where do you need more play in your life? My pile number 1. Let's have a look. We already have some jumper. Where do you need more play in your life? 8 of Pentacles and Strength. Okay. My pile number 1, you've been working hard. You've been working a lot. You've been very much focused on making progress, potentially working a lot in the career sense, like spending a lot of time at work, working on your finances, your career, but it could also be that you have a specific personal project in mind, a specific personal goal, and you've been spending all your free time around achieving that, around honing your skill, around achieving your goal, around making progress. I see you've been striving. I see you've been trying very much to put in hours and effort. You guys have not spared any effort on my pile number 1. I feel that with the 8 of Pentacles and the Strength card, straight away we see that you guys have been very much focused on achieving this special goal, or focused on working towards this specific project, or this specific career goal, or this specific like milestone, and that has not left much time for play. So potentially that's why you were drawn to this particular pile, which is all around on how play can help you care for yourself. With the 8 of Pentacles and Strengths, where you need more play in your life truly resides around your achievements, around your work. Whatever work looks like doesn't necessarily means your career, although it could be. For some of you, you're invited to bring a little bit more creativity in play in your career, but for the other part of you, it's around your personal projects, your manifestations, your big goals. How can you invite more play in that? How can you invite more creativity in that? A lot of you have been really focused, putting like your blinds on, just like horses in a race, focus on achieving things, on taking things off your to-do list, on reaching a certain milestone, but you've not really given yourself much freedom for trying new things, for being spontaneous, for inviting creativity and play in your work, in your projects, in your achievements. So this is where truly you're invited to bring more play, more fun, more creativity, more imagination. You're invited to try new things. You're invited to be spontaneous. You're invited to potentially invite more creativity, more imagination. I'm hearing some of you are invited to try things you've never done before and figure out what sticks. You know, the expression of like throwing everything on the wall and seeing what sticks. In the sense of, let's say some of you are working for yourself, you have your own business. Maybe now is the time, instead of focusing on, okay, I need to focus on my bestseller, I need to focus on really figuring out what is my main product that everyone is gonna love. Maybe this is a time instead to try lots of different things you've never done before, product or offers that you've never offered before, and seeing what sticks. And maybe this particular offer or this particular product is not going to be a success, but at least you'll have tried something new. So here, instead of really focusing on being super logical and super like mindful in your achieving of milestone and achieving of success, instead you're invited to be a bit more flexible, spontaneous, playful, creative, imaginative, trying things you've never done before, going outside your comfort zone. Maybe at work, if you're working in a company, this is a time where you're invited to see if you can be participating in a project around something you've never done before. Maybe you're invited to organize something fun for your colleagues. Maybe you're invited to like put your hand up for a project or a cause you've never really participated in before. This is really an invitation to step outside your comfort zone and to truly embrace imagination, creativity, fun, and spontaneity, okay? So where do you need more play in your life? My pile number 1 truly is around the work theme and your achievements, your personal projects, the thing that you're striving towards, your goals, all of that. For some of you, I'm even hearing it's related to your physical health journey. You've been super focused around that, but you've not really been having much fun lately, and this is an invitation to be like, hey, how can you have fun while still taking care of your body? Is it that instead of going to the gym and doing always the same routine and you're getting bored of that, maybe instead of doing that, you can join a dance class, or you can go for a hike with your friends, right? Instead of like doing your regular gym routine. In what ways can you bring more fun into your physical health journey? If that's one of your milestones, one of your achievements that you're working towards, whatever you guys are working towards right now, your big project, manifestation, dreams, personal goals, things like that, this is where you're invited to bring more play, more creativity into, okay? So how can play help you care for yourself, which I think is going to be at the core of the reading. How can play help you care for yourself? My pile number 2. Let's see. How can play help you at this moment in time? 8 of Wands. Love that. So through bringing more creativity, more imagination in your work, in your personal project, things are actually going to accelerate. If you guys currently are feeling blocked at work, in your manifestation, around reaching your goals, it's probably because the energy feels stale. Either you're feeling bored, you're feeling stuck, you're feeling blocked. So a way to shake that up, a way to erase that particular energy and to raise the vibration is to bring fun into it. So once you do that, once you bring more fun, spontaneity, daring to try new things, daring to be more imaginative and playful and creative, daring to not take things so seriously, things are gonna accelerate. And then that's when you're gonna start seeing results. That's when you're gonna start seeing progress. That's when you're gonna start reaching goals and taking a milestone. So how can play help care for yourself in helping you seeing the results you want, in helping you feeling like finally I'm making progress, finally there's movement, finally I can see that all my work is paying off. So that's one of the first things coming through, which we love. We also have the Ace of Swords. It's new, refreshed ideas. It's fresh energy, fresh ideas, inspiration. For a lot of you, like I said, there's a sense of stale energy, right? So potentially you've been feeling like you keep showing up, you keep doing I'm going to go back to the example of the physical health journey because that's something easy to understand. But of course, this is a general reading, so it could be around your work, around your manifestation, everything I've talked about, passion project. But let's go back to the idea of the physical health journey. For example, some of you have been focused around this particular milestone you want to reach in your physical health journey, and yet the energy feels stale. It's like I'm showing up every day, but I'm not really seeing the progress. I'm going to the gym, but I'm feeling bored. I'm not having fun. I'm showing up, but it's not bringing me pleasure. If you invite play, if you decide to do something more spontaneous, like I said, going to a dance class, going to a pole class, going hiking with your friend, maybe joining a swimming group, whatever it is, doing things differently, shaking things up, having more fun. This will also bring a fresh inspiration and will make you feel more excited. So that could also help you, giving you a renewed sense of, oh my God, not only am I seeing the results I want, but also I'm feeling excited again. And I'm feeling even more empowered and ready to do even more things, to expand, right? To grow. With the Ace of Swords, there's always an idea of expansion, of going beyond. Here it's like piercing through the clouds, right? So how can play help you care for yourself? It will help you see the results you want because it will accelerate your manifestation and it will accelerate you seeing milestones, seeing goals achieved, and it will bring you a refreshed inspiration, new ideas, fresh energy, a feeling of contentment as well as a feeling of empowerment of like, yeah, I did that, I put in the work and now I'm having fun and I'm seeing results and I'm feeling proud of myself for that. Love that for my pile number 1. Okay, last thing. What is one thing you can do to encourage play in your life at this moment in time for this self-care reading? What is one thing you can do to encourage play in your life? My pile number 1, we have the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, one thing you can do to encourage play in your life: pause, give yourself a moment to enjoy the present moment, be grounded, be present, right? One thing you can do to encourage play in your life is to actually give yourself the time to play, to do something fun, to be more playful. It's the idea that you don't always have to be going after your goals, going after your, pushing towards your dreams and your manifestation. You're allowed to take a moment to actually be present, be grounded, and give yourself the time to do something fun, do something playful, dare to do something outside your comfort zone, dare to do something just for the sake of being creative or being spontaneous or being playful or being imaginative, whatever that looks like for you. For some of you, it's going to be giving yourself the chance to do some hobbies that make you feel creative. And for some of you, it's going to be around something that you love doing as a child, like maybe going to the theme park for a day. For some of you, it's going to be around inviting more play and imagination in your work and daring to try something new for the sake of trying something new. And it's really around giving yourselves the chance to being present with this Seven of Pentacles, to being in the moment. One thing you can do to encourage play in your life, giving yourself a moment in the day, in the week, in the months where you dedicate that for play, whatever that looks like for you, whether, like I said, it's having it's a day where you do something fun, whether it's a hobby, an activity that makes you feel joyful, whether it's a day where you dress somewhere completely extravagant, even though you're not going anywhere special, you just wear all your fancy clothes just because it makes you feel happy and joyful. It's about being present in the moment, and it's about carving that time in the day, in the week, in the month, dedicating it for play, right? Because I have a feeling that my Paloma one are very organized, very sometimes even strict with yourself. You have your goals, you have your to-do lists, and you don't really veer away from that. I see my Paloma one, they have planners, they have those calendars, and they know what they're doing every week. I'm doing this, and this is an invitation to actually carve yourself time for play, just as you would carve yourself time for work or for admin stuff or whatever else it may be. Okay, let's see what else. One thing you can do to encourage play in your life: judgment. Listen to your soul calling, listen to your inner child, listen to your inner voice that wants to have fun, that wants to frolic in the forest. Right? It's truly about listening to yourself, about giving yourself the gift of enjoying yourself more, or inviting a little bit of fun, of creativity, of spontaneity, of play. For a lot of you, it goes back to inner child. I think it's, for a lot of you, you're invited to going back to doing something you enjoyed doing when you were children. Maybe, like I said, for some it was dressing up. So this month you're giving yourself the chance to dress up, wearing fun things that maybe normally you wouldn't dare to wear, but you're like, you know what, I just want to wear fun things because it makes me happy. Maybe for some of you it's going back to an activity you love to do as a child. Maybe for some of you it's booking a day with your family or your friends to do something fun. With judgment, it's about listening to your inner calling and actually giving yourself the chance to have fun, enjoy yourself, and actually heeding the call of your soul for that. With this card, I'm also seeing a lot of you inviting play through spending time in nature, right? We have all those gorgeous animals, so maybe some of you it's around spending more time with animals, with your pets, going to a national park, going to the zoo, going dog walking with your friend's dog, like potentially adopting a pet. For some of you, it's spending time in nature, going for a hike in the forest, having a picnic in the park, whatever you can do to be outside or be surrounded by animals. That's also one way to invite play in your life, I'm seeing for my Paloma one, and that's beautiful. And finally, she is singing on the harmonica, as you can see. So the one last thing I'm hearing is that for some of you, it's also related to music. Playing music, listening to music, dancing to music, picking up an instrument, singing, anything like that could also be a way to invite more play in your life. Anything related to music, if you've been thinking about going back to doing piano lessons because you were doing that when you were a child, or you've been thinking about singing, or you just want to do a dance party with your kid, right, in the kitchen, whatever you can do. There's surrounding music that can also be a way to invite more play in your life, and I love that. That's very beautiful. So we're gonna wrap things up for my Paloma one with the last little message from your guides around this idea of self-care, this idea of play. Look, we have allow time for daydreams. So give yourself the chance to dream, give yourself the chance to invent stories. You know, when we're children, we can create stories out of nothing. We can make up new worlds. We can invent things. This is an invitation for you to tap into that inner child wisdom, the ability to daydream, to create stories, to be imaginative, to tap into your creative side, your imaginative side, your dreamer side. That's the advice from Spirit for my Paloma one at this moment in time. So last little part of self-care for you guys, or before we wrap up the reading. Last little self-care message. What do we have? We have wonder. It's simply amazing that you're here and you are you. Feel that wonder, connect with that magic. Absolutely. And for me, we're going back to the idea of, again, inner child. Oftentimes, children are able to look at the world through a lens of wonder. They're able to see the magic. They can invent stories. They can make up world. Their imagination is vast and without limits, And that's what you're invited to tap into at this moment in time, to bring into your work, to bring into your goals, my pile number 1. So that's all I'm saying for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought you something of value. It was a pleasure for me to do this self-care reading, so thank you so much for being here. Don't hesitate to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Those are all free ways to support my work. Again, if you feel called to watch another pile, it will be on another theme, so you're welcome to do so. You can let me know in the comment if the message resonated, and until my next video, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you so much good vibes, and keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye! Okay, my pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So if you chose this Tower of Fluorite, or if you chose the Hilda Tarot, then this is going to be the reading for you. As I was saying in the intro, each pile today is around the theme of self-care, but each pile is going to contain a different spread. I'm using this spread oracle called the Tarot spread. I've chosen 3 different cards on the theme of self-care, 1 for each of my pile. For my pile number 2, the spread associated is around the theme of confidence. So we're looking at self-care, but specifically confidence. So the first thing we look at is how self-care can impact your confidence. Then we look at how being cared for by others impacts your confidence. And finally, we look at how caring for others and your environment can impact your confidence. So that's the theme for this particular reading. I'm super excited to be doing this spread for you. So let's start. First thing first, how self-care impacts your confidence. Let's see for my pile number 2, how self-care impacts your confidence. How does self-care impact your confidence? My pile number 2. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Let's pull one more. Whoop. 5 of Swords. Okay. Straight away for me, there's a theme of loving yourself, specifically loving how you look. Potentially for my pile number 2, this is something you struggle with at this moment in time. Maybe some of you are struggling with your body image, with how you look, with the way you present yourself into the world. Potentially right now it feels a little bit trickier to embrace yourself and love yourself because your body has changed. I'm hearing for some of you, I'm hearing pregnancy, things like that, where our body changes, illness, lots of different things where potentially our body doesn't look the way it used to, and that can create a little bit of confusion and a little bit of a sense of not feeling totally grounded anymore, right? With this Wheel of Fortune, you can see she's falling off, and there's a sense of I feel completely ungrounded, and I feel completely like I don't really know who I'm looking at anymore, right? With this 5 of Swords, there's this sense of like I don't recognize myself in the mirror. So that's interesting, and that's potentially why you clicked on this particular card, that potentially right now for my pile number 2, the self-care, specifically this idea of confidence, relates to your relationship to your body. Again, this is a general reading, so I don't want to assume potentially not fully being able right now to accept how you look or to embrace how you look, or you're trying to. I have a feeling that my pile number 2 is really trying to love how they look, to embrace how they look, but sometimes I feel like it's hard, and sometimes you're like struggling with the fact that your body has changed in a way or another, and that is impacting your confidence. So we're gonna explore, we're gonna see what comes up, but that's what's coming up for my pile number 2. So we're gonna explore, but already I have a sense that this is the main theme for my pile number 2. Around the big theme right now is around learning to accept your body, learning to love yourself with how you look right now, learning to accept that we go through phases and cycles in our body, and that throughout life our body changes and fluctuates, that we might never not look the same from one year to another, that it doesn't make us less worthy of love, less worthy of respect, less worthy of attention. There's a big work around self-worth and around being comfortable in your skin. I feel like my pile number 2 is doing. So we're going to continue to explore. Okay, we're going to have a look at how being cared for by others impacts your confidence by my pile number 2, because if right now potentially you are struggling a little bit to love the way you look and to love the body you're in, maybe the fact that other people care for you can help that. So how being cared for by others impact your confidence, my pile number 2. Ace of Cups. Okay, beautiful. Let's pull one more. How being cared for by others impacts your confidence, and Nine of Swords. Okay. The thing is, my pile number 2 doesn't realize that they're very beautiful the way they are. And you don't realize that people look at you in a much kinder lens than you potentially look at yourself, right? With the Ace of Cups, we have this idea that the way people look at you, whether that's your family, whether that's your romantic partner, whether that's random people in the street, they don't see the like things about yourself, about your body specifically, that you don't like. On the contrary, they see an aura, they see your joy, they see your laughter, they see your charisma, they see your like literally this beautiful aura that you give. And so there's this idea that the way you look at yourself is much meaner than the way that other people look at you. They don't see the way that your clothes are hanging on your body, or they don't see the way that maybe your hair is not looking great that day, or whatever you guys are feeling uncomfortable and self-conscious about. They, on the contrary, see the way that you exude joy, that you exude happiness, that you exude also a sense of care, right? There's a kindness that comes from you with the Ace of Cups. Look how she's saving her dog. She's prioritizing her dog rather than herself. So there's also an idea of the kindness you exude, the compassion, the joy that people notice instead of noticing the things that you don't like about yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror. And yet, this is interesting because we also have the Nine of Swords. So how being cared for by others impacts your confidence. For some of you, this struggle that you're having embracing the way you look at this moment in time, it is causing anxiety that could get in the way of your interpersonal relationship, specifically your loving, like romantic relationship. So maybe for some of you, it's getting in the way of you dating, you feel self-conscious. Maybe for some of you, it's getting in the way of you being intimate with your partner. You know, there's plenty of ways this could affect your romantic relationships, but again, this is something that is internal. With the Nine of Swords, we have the idea of anxiety that we have generated. Like in this case, she's reading ghost stories. She's choosing to read those ghost stories. If she puts the book down, suddenly she'll feel a lot better. She's just the one that is creating stress here. She's the one that's creating anxiety. She doesn't have to put herself in that situation of spooking herself out. And that's kind of the vibe for my pile number 2 as well. With these two cards, we have an idea that if right now this like struggle around body image and around the way you look is affecting your interpersonal relationship, specifically your romantic relationship or potential romantic relationship, it's something that you are generating that you can choose to put down. You can put the book down. So you can put the inner critic down. You don't have to pick yourself apart and look at all the things that you don't like in the mirror and make an internal list of all the ways you don't like the way you look. You can choose to look at yourself through a more loving lens, specifically as I'm hearing that people look at you through a lens of love, and people see your aura, your kindness, your joy. They don't see the thing you don't like about yourself. They see your beautiful aura. So this is also something that if you've been struggling in the romantic relationship world due to this body image issue, this is an invitation to put the ghost story book down, put that down, put the story you tell yourself about yourself down, as there's beautiful relationships, beautiful connection, beautiful moments shared with other people, with your partners, with potential partners that you could be having, instead of staying stuck in this particular ghost story that you tell yourself. Okay, so this is actually a beautiful, encouraging message from Spirit to encourage you to look at yourself through a lens of love, especially as other people do already. I hope that this is resonating for my pile number 2 and that it's going to help you on your journey to embracing yourself and loving yourself more. Okay, how is caring for others or your environment impacting your confidence? For my pile number 2, let's have a look. How caring for others or your environment impacts your confidence. Let's see. Whoop. King of Wands. Look at that. Look how confident she is. This is the ultimate card of confidence. When you remove yourself from this idea of like picking yourself apart, standing in front of the mirror and looking at all the ways that you look, all the things about your body that you don't like, when you start to put the ghost story book down, right, and you start, instead of listening to your inner critic that's saying, look at your hair, it's not good, or look at the way your skin is, or look at the way your body is, whatever, fill in the blanks. We all tell ourselves that. It's a human thing to do. Very difficult to be on a journey of accepting our body, especially, like I said, as I feel like for my pile number 2, you're going through body changes, which is adding another layer of difficulty. If you remove yourself from this inner critic and spend that energy caring for either other people or your environment, right? Here we have the idea of caring for others. So your friends, your family, your colleagues, your kids, your romantic partner, your pets, your community, or your environment, caring for your home. Maybe for some of you, it's even working towards helping other people, things like that. This is actually the way to you feeling a lot more confident, because the energy you could spend on, picking yourself apart, you'll spend it on helping other people, caring for other people, and that will actually bring so much more good vibes, and that will help you suddenly realize, you know what, I love my body because it allows me to do this. I love my body because it allows me to have fun with my kids. I love my body because it allows me to have a good day with my friends. I love my body because it allows me to share a special moment with my partner, or I love my body because it allows me to be there for this particular person that needs a hand. Like, there's really an idea that through caring for others, there's gonna be a way for you to step away from the energy that's been like spiraling, and instead using that to make an impact in the world, and that is your ticket to feeling confident, my pile number 2. I love this message so much. It's a powerful reading. I'm loving that. And look, 3 of Pentacles. There's also a sense of cooperation. So don't hesitate to ask for help. And I know this is gonna sound cringy, but my friend and I, we've done that, and it's helped a lot. Ask your friends, I'm hearing, what their favorite part about you is. And you're gonna realize that a lot of it is internal. A lot of it is nothing to do with your body, but you can ask your friend, what is your favorite thing about my body? And this little like exercise that you can do with your friends or your family or your partner, whatever it is, it can actually also help you look at your body through other eyes, through eyes external to you, and that can also bring a sense of confidence. Because I don't know if you've ever done that with your friends, but I'm sure that when you look at your best friends, when you look at the people in your life that you love, it's so much easier to find their good assets. It's so much easier to find what's beautiful about them because we love them, right? And so if you ask the people who love you that question, you're gonna realize what people see about you that you maybe don't see about yourself. And honestly, trust me, I've done this with my friend, and it was such a wonderful moment that we exchanged, because it allows us to see ourselves through other eyes, and feel loved, feel supported, and feel appreciated. So there's really a sense here of not hesitating to ask other people as well for a little bit of a boost of confidence, and being like, you know what, how about we do this fun thing? Like, I'll tell you what I love about you, you tell me what you love about me. And that can also be a really nice way to cheer each other up. It could create beautiful connection as well for my panel, to beautiful moments and just a sense of love and connection and support, which is so beautiful. Okay, so let's have a look. We're gonna wrap things up with a little bit of a message. Any advice around this idea of like body image, confidence, everything we've talked about for my pile number 2? Oh my god, I can't make this shit up, you guys. Love the self you are. Okay, maybe some of you right now are going through changes physically. Your body doesn't look the way it used to, and you're trying to, like I said, doing this work of accepting yourself. You're worthy of love just the way you are. You're worthy of appreciation. You're worthy of care. You're worthy of support. So don't forget that, my pile number 2. This is really the whole like self-care message for you guys, is around appreciating, loving yourself just as you are. You're worthy of love just as you are, even if you don't look the same as you did before, even if your body is changing, even if you're going through some cycles, whatever it is, you're worthy of love just the way you are. Okay, let's pull one last little self-care message for my pile number 2. we have be still. Stillness can be both clarifying and energizing. Let all the pieces settle around you. So maybe some of you have been doing a lot, running around, spending a lot of time moving, and this is an invitation. If you feel like your inner critic is doing the most, you feel like you're struggling one day with the way you look, etc., which again is so human, we all go through those things, then this is an invitation to be still, take a moment for meditation, for breathing, for posing, ground yourself, be in the moment, and you've got this, my pile number 2. Truly, you've got this. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought you something of value. It was really a joy for me to do this reading. I didn't expect it to go this way, but this is why I wanted to do 3 different spreads, because I knew each pile was going to be surprising on lots of different themes. So I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, don't hesitate to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Those are all free ways to support my work, and it's a beautiful exchange of energy, so thank you so much for those of you who take the time to do that. And until my next video, I'm sending you so much good vibes, and keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye! Okay, my pile number 3, welcome to your reading. If you chose this clear quartz tower, or if you chose this particular deck, then this is gonna be the reading for you. As I mentioned in the intro, today we're doing self-care messages, but I've chosen different spreads for each of my pile. I am using this, the Tarot Spreads Year Oracle, and for my pile number 3, the spread associated to this particular pile is gonna be around intention. So we're doing a self-care reading, but specifically with the idea of intention. What we'll be looking at today will be how can you care for yourself. Then we look at how can you care for others. And finally, what is the biggest lesson you need to learn about care. So that's the theme for this reading. So my pile number 3, how can you care for yourself at this moment in time? How can you care for yourself? What is required from you to care for yourself? Ace of Earth. Ooh, look at that with this beautiful pearl. So with the Ace of Earth, we have an invitation to pause, be in the present moment, be still, and ground yourself. With the Ace of Earth or Ace of Pentacles, this is an invitation to really try and ground, come back to the present moment, and notice what's around you. So easy way to take care of yourself right now is to try and come back to your body, do activities where you can be fully present, things where you can be truly in the body instead of in your mind. So maybe going for a walk, maybe stretching, breathing, like breath work, whatever activities, physical activities, and even simple things as taking a moment to smell your perfume, taking a moment to listen to one of the songs that you love and truly being in the moment of enjoying that song. Maybe for some of you it's around taking a bath and being really present with the feeling of that hot water on your skin, or maybe for some of you it's around, like I said, stretching and really being in the moment and coming back to the sensations in your body. Whatever way you can come back to the body, my pile number 3, that's the first step that you can take towards taking care of yourself. With the Ace of Earth, we have truly first an invitation to come back to your body, be present, be mindful through the 5 senses, you know, what you can sense, what you can touch, what you can eat, cooking and spending time really enjoying the sensation of the meal, no distraction, no TV, just being here with the food, enjoying what you're eating. That can also be something else. Spending time in nature, taking some deep breaths, whatever you guys love to do to come back to the present moment and come back into your body. This is the first step. Let's see what else from my pile number 3. How can you take care of yourself at this moment in time? The Sun. So when I see this particular Sun card, first thing that comes to mind, we have literally being in the sun. So I know depending where you live, the sun might be at a time where it's coming out right now. If you're somewhere in the northern hemisphere where spring is starting, it could start to feel a little bit sunnier. Days could start to be a little bit longer. So spending time outside or feeling the sun on your face, just being in the light of the day, could be something very beneficial and helpful. More generally speaking, with the Sun, we have an invitation to doing things that make you joyful, doing things that make you happy. So how can you care for yourself? Not just by being present and coming back to your body, but by doing things that make you feel joyful, make you feel alive. And of course, this is a general reading, so Everyone is going to be different, but whatever activities, hobbies, little daily ritual put a smile on your face. Is it watching your favorite TV show? Is it drinking your favorite cup of tea? Is it having a dance party to your favorite music? Is it like singing in the shower? Is it going for karaoke with your friends? Like, what activities, what daily rituals, what little fun hobbies can you cultivate that bring a smile on your face, that make you feel joyful, that make you feel like life is worth living? Okay, that's another thing, another way you can care for yourself, my Panama 2. We have the idea of grounding yourself, being in the present, as well as cultivating joy, cultivating laughter, cultivating fun times. With the sun, we always have a link to inner child as well, so potentially those activities and hobbies that make you smile, they could relate to something you used to love doing as a child. So I don't know, some of you, maybe you loved spending time with horses, so maybe this month you decide to go for a horse ride because you loved horses when you were a kid and you want to connect with that again. Maybe for some of you it's like you loved to draw, so you buy yourself a coloring book this month and you give yourself some time to color because it makes you happy. Whatever you guys love doing as a kid, whatever put a smile on your face, there's also something here that relates to cultivating that, tapping into that wisdom. So I love that for my pile number 3. Okay, let's move on. How can you care for others? At this moment in time, how can you care for others? 3 of water. So this is a big theme around friendship. Potentially some of your friends right now are needing a little bit of support. They need maybe a little bit of a shoulder to cry on, they need an ear, they need someone to listen to them, to be there for them, to support them, to see them. So this is really a big theme around friendships. How can you care for others? This is an invitation to care for your friends. Maybe one of your friends is going through a tough time, then this is an invitation to give them a ring, invite them for tea, send them a letter, a care package. Maybe you can organize something fun with your friends, organize a day out. If they are far away, maybe you can organize a group call and play games through Skype or Zoom, whatever. This is an invitation to cultivate and care for the friends in your life at this moment in time. My pile number 3, there's really an invitation here. Here with the 3 of water, I'm not seeing so much family, I'm not seeing so much kids or partners or anything like that. I really see friends, friendship. There's friendship groups or specific friendships that is requiring you for a little bit more support and care at this moment in time. And it's an invitation for you to pour a little bit of energy into that, as it will really help that person make their life so much brighter, and it will create beautiful memories for the 2 of you. So beautiful. Let's see what else. We have the 7 of air. Okay, so through you caring for your friends, it could also be a way for you to forget a little bit about your own problems, right? Sometimes when we care for others, it's also a way for us to step away from our own life, our own problems, our own issues. And I feel like my pile number 3, this could also be something that benefits you. Like, let's say, I'm gonna give an example. Let's say one of your friends is going through a really difficult time. I don't know, maybe they're grieving, maybe they're going through a breakup, maybe they've lost their job, whatever. Maybe just going through a difficult time. By you being there for them, supporting them, just, being a good friend and nurturing that relationship, it's also going to allow you to forget about your own problem for a while. It's going to put things into perspective, and it's going to allow you to be grateful for the things you do have, right? Which is something that we often say, is that when we're going through tough times, the best way to get over that is to help someone else, because it helps to put things in perspective, because suddenly we feel useful, we feel like we're making an impact, we feel like we're actually doing something productive. Being there for someone else can be a fast track to feeling much better about our own life. So that's also coming through for my pile number 3. If you've been struggling yourself, but you also have a friend in your life who has been going through it, being there for them, supporting them, could also be a way for you to put your own problems into perspective and suddenly feel like they're not so bad. Suddenly it's looking at your own issues and being like, you know what, it's not so bad, I can handle this. So that's also an interesting insight, this idea of through taking care of someone else, your own problems will seem less important or the obstacles will seem less huge, and suddenly I feel like my palmetry would feel, 1, more grateful for what they have, and 2, it will make your own challenges appear more easy to overcome, because This idea of taking care of your friends will give you strength to overcome your own obstacles and look at them through a lens of resilience. So I love that actually. That's so beautiful. Okay, let's move on. What is the biggest lesson you need to learn about care at this moment in time? What is the biggest lesson for my pile number 3 around this idea of self-care at this moment in time? Queen of Earth. Okay, so the biggest lesson is that you deserve to feel abundant. You deserve to feel good in your body. You deserve to feel good in your environment. You deserve to feel good about yourself, about your physical reality, right? You're worthy of feeling good. And so the first thing I'm hearing around the biggest lesson you need to learn about self-care is that self-care is not something silly or frivolous. Self-care is actually essential to your well-being, to your personal development, and to you feeling abundant. That's the first thing I'm hearing, is that self-care is something crucial for my pile number 3 to embrace who they are, to feel abundant, and to see and to feel grateful. And through cultivating this gratitude, this will bring even more things to be grateful for. So there's truly here an idea of prioritizing self-care in your life, something that can really generate more abundance in all of its form with the Queen of Earth, okay? So that's beautiful. Let's see what else. What is the biggest lesson you need to learn about self-care? Look, the Empress. Talk about abundance. And it's interesting, we have this theme of kids here. So maybe for some of you, it's also related to if you're parents, you are parents if you have kids. I'm hearing that you taking care of yourself is actually super important and will only make you better parents. So if some of you have been feeling, it's super specific, but I'm hearing it, so I'm going to say it. If some of you have been feeling a little bit bad about taking time to care for yourself because you're like, oh, this is time I could spend with my kids, or this is time I could spend for my family, these two cards are saying, you know what, the time you spend taking care of yourself, caring for yourself, for your body, doing things you love, being present, etc., everything we've talked about, is only gonna make you an even better parent, because at that point, once you've cared for yourself, the time you spend with your kids, you'll feel more abundant, more present, more ready to enjoy things with them, more ready to embrace the present moment, to make new memories. So this is also an invitation to not feel guilty about prioritizing your own well-being, even if you're parents, okay? Some of you needed to hear that, so I'm putting that out there. Overall though, the lesson is around understanding that the practice of caring for yourself is your key to your abundance, my pile number 3, okay? And that's a beautiful lesson. Okay, so we're gonna wrap things up with the last little message for my pile number 3. Let's see what we have for my pile number 3, last little self-care message. What do we have? Revel in your unique beauty. Ooh, I love that. This reminds me of this Ace of Pentacles, you know, this idea of coming back to your body. What can you do to come back in your body? What activities, like I said, the 5 senses, things like that, where you can really come back into the present moment. And, you know, we have the sun, we have someone wearing a swimsuit. Maybe some of you feeling called to go for a swim, spending time by the ocean, going for a swim somewhere at the swimming pool, whatever. Swimming, right? Because this is an ocean deck, we have someone in a swimsuit. The idea of being in the water, swimming, things like that, could also be a way for my pile number 3 to care of yourself. If you've been thinking about going swimming or going like to the ocean or something like that, this could be a big yes from the universe. Okay, last little self-care card. We have Affirm. Oh, look at that, so beautiful. Believe in yourself, know your truth, hold it close to you. How gorgeous. Oh, so cute. Okay, so that's all I'm saying for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this message. I hope you enjoyed this self-care reading. If you did, don't hesitate to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Those are all free ways to support my work. It's a beautiful exchange of energy, so thank you so much to those of you who take the time to do that. Thank you for your presence, for being here. Until my next video, I'm sending you so much good vibes and keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye!